This is Ian Lamont, author of Google Drive and Docs in 30 minutes. I'm going to show you my 5 best tips for scheduling events in Google Calendar. If this video helps, please subscribe and like the video, and let's get started. So I've been using Google Calendar for many years, more than 10 years, and here are my 5 best tips for rescheduling events or dealing with events in Google Calendar. So there's basically 2 ways to move an event in Google Calendar. One way is just to grab it and you can drag it if you're in the current view. If it prompts you to edit recurring event, that means you can choose just this instance, or if it's like a monthly event, you could choose this and following events. So I'm going to click OK on that. So that particular event's rescheduled by dragging. The other way to do it is just to open it up, click the pencil icon, and then you can change the time up here. So let's say I wanted to change this to 7:45 p.m. or change the date. I could do that and then click Save, and it's changed. So the second big tip that I have for events that are not owned by you, somebody else created them, you can't drag them. So like this particular event, I'm trying to drag it and it says you can't reschedule this event. However, for some of them, if I try to drag it, you can propose a new time. See how it's this option is here? So if I click that, it would basically prompt me to email Joe and I could suggest a new time. So that's my second tip for using events in Google Calendar. The third way is that there's a really easy way to basically shorten or lengthen an event without opening it up. And that is just to drag the tops of it or the bottom of it down. Let me show you what I mean. So I have this Subaru, drop-off Subaru tomorrow. So if I want to basically extend that, one thing I can do is, if you can see if I'm hovering over the bottom of that particular event, I can basically drag it down. So I've turned that 1-hour event into like a 2-hour event, and then I can further drag that around if I need to do that. And I think you can do it for the top as well. Oh, maybe not for the top. So if you wanted to make it earlier, you'd basically, but lengthen it, you'd basically drag it and then you'd grab the bottom and do it that way. So tip number 4 is adding notifications. And I use this feature all the time with my Google Calendar events. And basically the way to do it is click on it, click edit, and you can see I have a notification. So notification means it will pop up on my phone because I've linked Google Calendar to my iPhone. And also if I'm in Calendar on my computer, it will basically show up on my desktop too. And you can see it's activated for 2 hours. I'm going to add an email notification. I think these are so critical and I use them all the time. So I set an email notification, 10 minutes. That's not enough time. I usually need 10 hours. Sometimes I do it like a day or two before. So basically, I'm going to get 2 notifications. 10 hours before the event, I'm going to get an email. And then 2 hours before the event, I'm going to get a notification on my phone. And maybe I want to change that to 2 minutes and then click Save. So I use notifications all the time. It's really one of my top tips. And then finally, if you want to email an event to somebody else, it's super easy. So let's say that I want to tell somebody about this dropping off the Subaru, maybe my son or something like that. So I'd click on it. You can see that there's an option, email event details. If you click on that and then I start typing in, add an email or a name, it will basically populate from my Google contacts list and then I can just send them a message. So I do this all the time with relatives or friends if I want to send a copy of the event, because the event includes the address, it includes notifications and things like that. So that's my 5th top tip for using Google Calendar. If this video helped, please take a moment to like it or subscribe on YouTube. You can also find out more information in the show notes. And if you want to read the book that I wrote about Google, it's currently in its 3rd edition. Go to in30minutes.com or in30minutes.biz. This is Ian Lamont, author, signing off. Thank you so much for watching.